You might be wondering, what was my original first PvP ship in this game? Well, it was the tier 4 Talwar. Before that it was the Talwar trainer, but I quickly did switch to the tier 4 Talwar. Did fly that ship for a very long time until I got the RB, and ever since then I was mainly flying cruisers. This is the tier 10 Talwar, Talwar 2 Assault, or you can call the ship Bifrost if you like. I did take a look at the EVE Online model of the Talwar, and well, this ship looks almost exactly like the Bifrost. Of course you have some minor differences in the physical appearance. For example, the Bifrost has some antennas on the front, but besides that the two ships look exactly the same. Now, I don't have any specific build that I have that I'm using for this ship. I practically used random modules that I had in my station, and I practically assembled the ship in that way. I'll be trying to find a decent build for the ship, but at the moment I'll be experimenting with different setups and I'll see what works best for this ship. Well then, with that being said, it will be time to take this ship out for a spin, and let's see what I'll catch with a destroyer. Alright, well, warping towards the first victim for today. Now, destroyers are good against frigates, they're good against destroyers, against interceptors, but for anything that's above that, they can struggle. Now, we have an Abaddon here, the good old Abaddon, also known as Chonk, a very suitable name for a tanky ship. They have been caught in this bubble, they have been pointed, they have been webbed. This Talwar has some bonus on webs, range bonus on webs. They have around 16 kilometer range, 17 or 18 kilometer range with predator webs, but I don't use predator webs because it's just too expensive for this ship. This is a not so expensive Talwar 2 Assault, but if you want to fly this ship as your main ship, then I guess you can make it. You can make it very expensive. Okay, well, this Abaddon doesn't seem to be going down easily. I'm doing decent damage, but it's an Abaddon, and you know how tanky they can be. The Abaddons are practically one of the tankiest battleships in the game. They can tank a lot of damage. It looks like this Abaddon has armor plates. It would also look like they have an armor repairer. Very interesting. That's an interesting build. Not quite sure if that's a PvP Abaddon or if it's a PvE Abaddon. Kinda leaning more towards the PvP Abaddon because it has so many plates. Yeah, this is a PvP Abaddon. Interesting. So, we don't have enough DPS to shoot down this Abaddon at the moment. This is going to be interesting. We have a Vigilant, we have one Moa Interdictor, and there is this Talwar. Looks like our DPS is not enough to do some damage on that battleship. Well then, that means we need more DPS, and it will be time to call in for reinforcement. I like how fast this destroyer is going. although it's definitely not as fast as it should be. I forgot to mention that I am still working on the skills for the ship, so with time the ship should start to perform better, mainly the speed. Not quite sure how much DPS I can push out of this ship. Like I said before, still working on a build. Well, time to open Discord and let's quickly ping, because this Abaddon is just not falling down that easily. They can't hit me orbiting at this range. However, I have to be careful if they decide to make me the primary target, because large neutralizers can be a problem. At the moment I haven't seen any neutralizers, so there's a chance that the Abaddon is using dual or even triple Nosferatu. If that's the case, then I don't have to be worried about anything, because a Nosferatu cannot deplete my capacitor. And at this range, the lasers on the Abaddon cannot track the destroyer, so I should be safe. However, if they have a scrammer or web, then I might be in trouble, so I have to maintain this orbit. This is practically the perfect orbit at the moment. A little bit outside of the webs, but that's fine. They have been webbed by the Vigilant, so they are not going anywhere even if they want to. Still, the Abaddon is holding out very well. This is definitely a PvP Abaddon, although not quite sure what they are doing alone here, but that's okay. They are using a Nosferatu, which means they are probably out of capacitor. But still, they will get some capacitor back from my ship, enough to keep the adaptive armor harness up and running. It would also look like they have repaired the armor, so now they are tanking on armor plates. The Abaddon still holding out very well. They're using 3 armor plates, 3 adaptives and 1 large armor repairer, based on what I see here. Okay, more of our ships are landing. Now let's see if the Abaddon will tank that amount of damage. And they also have a nanocore, which I would assume is built for tank as well. So, one very well built Abaddon. However, I believe that they kinda messed up with the medium slot modules. They are missing 1 or 2 neutralizers. Would be a lot easier for them if they had neutralizers. But that works in our advantage, or in this case in my advantage, because I get to orbit at this range without worrying about losing my capacitor. Now we should have enough DPS. They're starting to slowly go down. I am still maintaining the orbit, still maintaining the speed. They still use the Nosferatu on my ship, but the armor is starting to slowly go down. I believe they should be out of capacitor very soon. They even stopped shooting, so they're trying to save as much capacitor as possible. Abaddon at around 50% shield, 50% armor, not shield. It would be funny if we ever see a shield tanked Abaddon. I haven't seen one myself yet, but I believe it will happen. Or did I actually see a shield tanked Abaddon? I think I actually did, not quite sure. Now they're at around 45% armor. I'm still doing constant damage. There goes one armor plate. They had enough capacitor for that, I believe. They are webbed at this time, probably outside of... They're far away from the gate, so they can't jump. Now they're about to start taking hull damage. Oh, or not. One more armor plate kicked in, but did not last that long. Holding on a little bit of armor left, and now they are in hull. The hull should go down very quickly. Or not. One more cycle on the armor plates, but that did not last long, and they have been destroyed. That was very nice. That was one very nice Abaddon. 3 billion kill mill right there. Not bad. Have to say, that Abaddon was very, very tanky, although they could have been a bit more tankier if they had changed the medium slot modules, and who knows, they might have actually survived if they did change the modules. Well then, let's go towards the next target. Now, I did say that this ship is built to shoot down small stuff like frigates, interceptors, other destroyers, but how about we go after a cruiser? Now, this Omen Navy was sitting at the planet. They were baiting, so that Omen is built for PvP. One hit did almost deplete their shield. Second hit did some armor damage. They're using pulse lasers, and they are doing some damage on my shield. Now this is the moment where I thought that if I had a damage control that I would take less damage. This ship has a bonus on damage control, by the way. It adds a couple more seconds on the damage control activation, on the damage control active time, from 15 to 18 seconds, something like that, which is not much, to be honest. They are now into hull, into low hull. My capacitor. Have to be careful with the capacitor, don't want to cap myself. And that was a nice Omen Navy kill. Again, you have to keep in mind that this little ship is not quite meant to fight cruisers, so did kinda risk there. But it was worth it. Was a nice kill. Well then, let's go towards the next one. Okay, have undocked. Now warping towards the location. Kinda funny, I use a destroyer against cruisers, battleships. In this case, we have a Vexor sniper. Let's quickly engage. This Vexor has been caught logging out at the gate. And well, we have very experienced scanner pilots. So the Vexor got scanned before the ship disappeared, and well, that leaves us with a very nice kill, a very nice target. Usually your ship is going to be floating in space after you log out within 30 seconds, so within those 30 seconds you can easily get scanned. And well, one fun little fact that happens when your ship gets destroyed in this way: your ship is destroyed, but the actual ship model is still on the field. And when you log in, that's the moment where you see your ship exploding, so it can confuse players that lose their ship in this way. Alright, well, let's go towards the next one. The Vexor was a good kill, was a funny kill as well. Always funny to catch players who log out at the gate. Next target, we have a Prophecy. Let's quickly go burn towards them. I landed a little bit far. Ooh, faction drones. Well, let's go and shoot the Prophecy. They have been webbed, they have been pointed. Working our way through the armor was quite easy. Now we are working our way through the hull, which appears to be easy as well. Surprisingly, this little ship does a lot of alpha damage to cruisers, battle cruisers. It also does a lot of alpha damage to frigates. A very nice little destroyer. Can't wait for April for them to be buffed. It will be a very fun to fly ship. It's already fun to fly. It will be just, you know, even more fun to fly. Well then, let's go towards the next target. And well, kinda weird, because I believe we did have the same Prophecy 3 minutes ago. Although this time they don't have faction drones. Okay, interesting. And by the way, I believe the faction drones did drop. So yeah, we got some faction drones from that one. Oh well, let's go and quickly engage the Prophecy for a second time, for a second round. They lost shield, they lost armor. They're about to be in hull. Well, they are now, they're definitely in hull now. And one more hit, and they should go down. Nice. Alright, that was nice. Second round with the Prophecy. This time they did not have faction drones, unfortunately. But still was a nice kill. Not complaining about that. So, it will be time to go towards the next target. Let me prepare to warp. Everything should be ready. Okay, now I'm in warp. And here we have a Gila faction cruiser. Let's quickly go and orbit before the Gila gets melted. They are taking some heavy damage on the shield. You would think that the Gila did not have any tank. Oh man, let me confirm that the Gila had a pretty good tank. We just have too much DPS. And that was a nice little faction cruiser there. Also decently sized in kill value. and towards the next one.
Warp drive active.
Already in warp. We have an oracle, okay, a red one, so that means extra juicy, extra salty. Although I'm a little bit far away and the oracle already... Well, the oracle got deleted very quickly. Very interesting. Did not have enough time to even approach the target. Well then, let's go towards the next victim for today. Let's see what the next target is. Still using the same build. We'll probably swap to a more DPS focused build later on. We have another Gila, alright. Today we have a lot of very tasty ships on the menu. This time I had enough range to or guess I did not have enough range. The Gila got deleted before I could do anything. Well, not bad, very nice. Like I said, we have too much DPS on our hands. Way too much DPS, but I guess you can't say that we have too much DPS because you can't have enough DPS in this game. Well then, that was a nice little ride in the Talwar 2 Assault, or if you want to call the ship Bifrost, you can call the ship Bifrost, although it still doesn't have the same bonuses. However, it does have the same physical appearance, which is also equally as important. Well then, again, hope that you enjoyed. I plan to fly a lot more ships, a lot more similar ships to this one, although I also have something very interesting that should come out very soon. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.